line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing.
again, everyone, here at P10 Racing TV, where we're live here tonight at Watkins Glen International for the first time here tonight, where we will see the drivers of Pushing Limits Racing League go at it here as we look forward to this action, this pacing of momentum and power-hungry Lamborghinis on Watkins Glen's Cup Series style track as we get settled up for tonight's race. Hi again, everyone. I am the Crusader, Christian Shriver speaking. We are here tonight to see 6 of the baddest, fastest drivers of Pushing Limits take it to the fullest of extremes around this very tough, very challenging track as we get settled down and get ready to go. Here on the pole, we'll start him up. Matthew Hoffer in the 28 leads him in, while the 8 of Keith Checkmate Taylor will be to his outside. In the next row back, it's Cindy Coulter Taylor in the 07, and then to the left of her will be Chantel the Throttle Bottle, the number 5. Row 3, it's Robert Rattlesnake on the 21, and then to his right side it will be, or left side I should say, it'll be Nick Kern in the 69. We are pacing them set up for tonight's action here and getting ready to fire away on all cylinders. 30 laps of the distance here tonight. This is going to be one of the fastest and baddest cars you will see out on P10 Racing TV in quite some time. It's the first time we've ever shown the Lamborghinis of all things here on the show. And next up, of course, will be those fast and fun IROC Series boys on the Watkins Glen International track, so we don't have to stay here on too long here. We'll be here the whole night pretty much, so be ready to catch that one when it comes up here in just a little bit. Also, real quick, just a heads up, folks, you may have seen accidentally in the intro, just a heads up, there is no sponsors to this series. That was by accident. Unfortunately, we were messing around with some things, and the producers had pushed the wrong button and pushed the wrong thing. We didn't realize it until the last minute, so just a reminder, there are no sponsors around here. If you know what happens on Streamlabs, we got a lot of our stuff in here that we use, not just from that one little thing we saw, but also from the Butt Kicker, Maconi Staff Shop, FEGPC.net, Affordable SEO and Marketing. We still got all those guys here on the stuff, and obviously the podcast we have as well. So just be aware, that's just a minor mistake. That was a mishap. But as they settle them down, there will be no mishaps on this start here. You see that green flag ready to wave, pulling them in. The green flag is out. We are underway. Well, the lights are on one of those drivers. That's Nick Kern in that old 69 machine tonight. I'm not really sure why he's got the lights on of all things on his car, but apparently he likes driving with the lights on. So afternoon race here tonight. The clouds kind of tailing in just a little bit. Oh, to the wall protection goes one of them. That's Cindy the Coulter Taylor and Robert Kahn getting crashed in. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Big wreck there out of turn 4 there, unfortunately. Big wreck on both ends of the spectrum as they came to it, and it just had a complete smack around there. Take a look at the replay here and find out what happened exactly. Watch very carefully as you see right up there the battle for 4th here. You see Cindy goes into the wall protection and gets a little bit of a run and a bump off of that, and actually the whole corner panel on the back end actually gets taken out, and Kahn goes for a little bit of a ride with her. Take a look at the onboard camera here with Cindy and see what happened exactly with her. You're going to see her coming around the corners here, and then you're going to see her kind of coming around the turns here. Sparko 69 machine get a little bit inside the corner and right around the pods. And you can see right there, she just lost control there, unfortunately, going into that turn. As you hear the motor come to a settle down situation there. Damage though up on the 7 machine of Cindy the Coulter Taylor. That will slow her momentum down just slightly here. First caution of the night here, unfortunately, for Pushing Limits Racing League. They'll have to get that saddle back down a little bit. Matthew Hoffer will have the advantage on the start. Keith Checkmate Taylor right behind him. Then Nick Kern still rocking the lights apparently on his Lamborghini Wave. Who thought it was a good idea to let him come out here and turn the lights on the car when it's afternoon? It's not dark time out here, dude. Apparently, he's also singing to himself, I'll wear my sunglasses at night, because that's the only thing I can think of the reason why he's got that thing on. Well, Offord right now running the Multool 28 machine tonight. Usually I'm used to talking about him running the old, what do we usually see him in? I think we run is in the 84. Usually we see him But nope, the Motul 28 tonight is what he's running. Key check by Taylor in that 08, no surprise there. 69 and Nick Kern, no surprise. You got the Sparko machine out there running a little bit, and then of course the 5 is Chantel throttle bottle. The Rattlesnake Rubber Con right now in pit road. See the car lift up just a little bit there. What they're doing right now is getting a fresh set of tires on that one, getting some cleaned up air, and City Closer Taylor also putting it down into pit road here to get cleaned up, as you saw on the screen there, just on the left-hand side. They'll be coming up quickly on them, so that will spark a little bit of issues there too. Stanley Chadwick saying, "Did I hear a fast repair being used?" Well, depending on how you look at it, I would if I was them right now. See that flagman just waving that flag around, man. You can calm down with that yellow flag every once in a while. You don't have to rev it around all the time, man. Tonight's flagman, of course, is our good friend and colleague, Mr. Billy Bob Jr., as he has traveled down from the far south. I threw him over into New York territory just to make the Yankees get a little mad at us. Oh, wait, 2021. My bad. I'm sorry. We're not living in the old times. My apologies. I gotta have a little fun with this once in a while, guys. We'll have a new flagman here in a little bit here as we get ready for the 50 minutes of the Glen, presented, of course, by presented in part by the good friends over at Fast and Fun, and a new sponsor for them tonight. So we'll talk more about them in a little bit. Right now, though, Matthew Hoffert, the 28 machine, will have the starting gun here. The Red Bull Mutual 28 will start presumably on the right side there. The left side will be where the outside is usually for the drivers. As they pace themselves around, getting it all settled down. We're on board with Nick Kern here. Track long in length, very hard to master. This is not an easy track by any means to handle and take down. You really got to be patient about where you're at in your runs and where you're going in those corners. But take a look at this car here. Look at the setup design on this thing. This is not your usual stock car setup or usual like a car you would see on the track or roads generally in general. If you look right here, you can see the you can see the little gear shifter right there on the sides of the paddles, if you will, to the steering wheel. Take a look. You see that negative and you see that positive right there. That is where these drivers have to shift in and shift out to get the momentum to shift. You get the power off of these Lamborghinis. So, and that actually tells you the time, tells you your speed, your RPMs. It's quite unique, quite ingenious if you ask me, but they do have a clutch in there they still have to use, so that's nothing to change there. But it's just a little bit of a different scheme, different style here. Obviously a little bit unique to the setup, as we are wont to see here. So they will pace him back around here, get settled back down, and hopefully bring this one back in. So it looks like we're going green flag racing, I would presume, here on this next go around. Cindy Taylor is back out, as well as Chantel is currently in pit road trying to get out of there. Trying to get back up there with her fellow Conrads and colleagues. Lights are off on the pace car there, so that means one to go here for now, the drivers. That's one thing that's hard about these road course races, is they can be very challenging and difficult to kind of call and get around because of the problem being that long stretch of roads and those long turns and corners, and it looks like we're staying under yellow for the moment. You saw the pace car basically just saying, nope, we're not ready yet. Chantel's still in pit road, it looks like, so she's not going to have enough time to get out of there, so that will set the drivers up for this one. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, talk about it here. We've just seen it right here in your front face for the first time ever. Lamborghinis on PTA Racing TV. You know, we have talked about all the different types of cars, different series. We broadcasted, obviously, the dirt stocks at one point here. We've broadcasted the street stocks, the legends, late models, super late models, Cup Series, Xfinity, and trucks. So we got those out of the way. We also have got the Wheel and Modifieds out of the way. But I don't think that whenever we were getting to this year, we thought we were going to include the Dolaras, which was just last week. And then now the Lamborghinis here, you see. It's kind of a unique setup, kind of a unique twist here. A lot of different styles, different pack racing, obviously, different kind of attractions. And if it's something I got asked a while back was, what's the difference between Lamborghinis to, say, what the drivers of the Fast and Fun IROC series will be running later on with those prototypes? Well, here's the thing. You gotta understand something. The way the prototypes are set, the aerodynamics and the wing resistance have a much more strategized foundation to where it's more set for long course racing versus short term. And considering their legacy as well, they're not nearly as fast. So these Lamborghinis, they can be fast and hard, but they also can be a bit tricky if you're not careful around here. So really it's all about patience, perseverance, and timing when you run these things out here. As currently right now the throttle catching back up to the drivers, running the Fantech number 5. Still damage on the left side of her corner panel, though that will not be too good for her. She'll have to work with that here. Looks like they want to get everybody filed back into position here before we get back to the green flag. And not gonna lie, folks, I'm hoping that they can get some long green flag runs in, unlike what we saw in the Legends Series back at Canadian Tire. And unfortunate trouble and mishaps and all that. We barely even got one lap in over there on that race, and you know that was probably one of the harder races I think we've had a call on the show in a while. But you know it's one of those things, man. You don't want to try to jinx anything or get anything too serious. So Cameron Witzberg saying, "With problems, let me hear it." Problems. There you go. So Hoffert and Taylor will be your two starting drivers here on the lineup. And of course, tonight's race here for Pushing Limits Racing League, for the first time ever, showing the Lamborghinis, the Watkins Glen International, a track we've been to quite often. And tonight they are running the Configure Cup Series setup, or if you will, for the track-wise. And you're probably wondering at home, what does that look like exactly? Well, here's what it looks like on your screen here. This is what the drivers are going to be handling and dealing with all night long. You can see the corner bankings right in that section there, out of the front, on that long front stretch. Now here's where that tight corner is. You see that 90-degree angle right to the right. That is where you're going to see most of the drivers make passes or make big mistakes to make passes off of. And then they'll go down to that little turn 2 section, which then slides into the slippery slopes of 3, 4, and 5. And after you get past those, then it's a little trip to the bus stop in that little indentation there up on for the 5 and 6 turns. Then turn into turn 7. Head on down to turn 8 after you pass the carousel. And then turn 9, that final little corner there to run off of. That is where you'll see these drivers hammering down, kind of keeping them paced in all throughout the night as they bring it down the front straightaway, waiting for the green flag to fly. You saw that green come up. That means we're ready to get back to racing. Well, here we go, back on the start. They've got to brake quickly. They got to brake hard. Checkmate, though, not able to brake quick enough. He's going into the grass. Gets it out of there, though. Offer with the advantage. Pace them through out of the turn 3 to the 4. They will lean him back in past the snake drift zone. Rubber the rattlesnake on the 21, trying to make a run for it early. Chantel Throttle Paul trying to defend her line and block him. Checkmate Taylor now leads into the bus stop as they lead him back in around, coming around the corners, and there are problems once again. Looks like there is an issue for Matthew Hoffer. What the heck happened to him? He has come to a sudden halt here. Hold on, we got to take a look at the PTMS and replay to find out what he did wrong here. Yellow flag is out. Looks like there's problems with rubber cone too, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a minute. So it looks like running into the bus stop, just overdrove it too hard. Oh, man. And you can see the indentation there from the wall protection. He just jammed it right in there. Thankfully, the tires doing their job and ricocheting him off like that, but he took a hard lick and a half, to say the least there. And then Robert Kahn having all sorts of problems here. We'll take a look at here. We'll take a look at that after Hoffman had the troubles here. Here's what happened to Kahn in the Exodus machine. Looks like Chantel kind of gave him a little bump there and sends him right around, bumps sideways, crossways, and more problems to be had. And unfortunately, that brought out the old PTM instant replay. So So I guess now is a good time to say problems, because we got problems on the track here, folks. Well, I think now would be a good time than anything to show you guys something I've been working on for a while here. This is something I've been working at for a little bit of a time or two, and I've been ready to show you guys. So here you go. Y'all wanted to see something a little bit easier to catch up with the drivers on road courses. Well, we designed something a little bit unique that STK Gaming has brought in. Thankfully, they have given us the luxury of bringing out the track map. So this is something new to the show we've never shown before. You can see that as they come around, that is where they will be in position. So you can now follow along with the drivers and see where they're at. And don't worry, we won't just have it with these guys and gals. We will have it with the Fast and Fun IROC later on. We usually don't have the track maps set up like these, but we will incorporate them in every now and then. Just a little something different for you fans at home, something a little bit more unique that I think you might like. And we don't just do it with the little Tower of Doom, we can also do it with our little top ticker here. Or as I call it, the slide bar show. As they bring them back around, pacing down, pacing in. You see that little red dot there as well. If you're wondering what happened there, that was actually where the kind of problematic territory was earlier when they got into the wreck zone. That's where, unfortunately, Khan had come to a sudden halt, sudden stop, and then right where Hofford is, that was where he actually got into the problem zone of the bus stop. And that's actually the map markers actually helping us out here. Stanley Chadwick saying Banger Racing and Lamborghinis. Yeah, that was if that was Banger Racing and Lamborghinis, then we wouldn't be having cautions. That's for sure. For going into pit road, he needs to get a little bit of a fix up there on the Motul that Motul machine. Gonna get it fixed up, ready to line him back in. The Red Bull 28 still having some problems down there, unfortunately. As Nick Kern, still the only driver with his headlights on of all things. You can see why he's got his headlights on. He's got literally the lights just flimmering down. Generally, when you have lights on, you're only supposed to have that for the night races. But I guess he decided otherwise here tonight. So you see where Cindy is there. She's coming around those corners, all around the carousel turn. We'll get more into the turns of depth later on here in just a little bit, but right now we're just kind of seeing the drivers get around this track, kind of getting settled down here. Some tricky turns around this road course, obviously. Watkins Glen is no pushover, man. This track is hard to master and hard to tame if you're not careful here. And for good reason. This is one of, if not the toughest tracks in the entire world, for that matter. Always been a bit of a consistent issue, a consistent problem or two. And in my opinion, in all honesty, I feel like it's just one of those tracks, man, you got to really be aware of more of, you got to really focus more on as the series progresses and kind of goes through with. So I am interested to see if these drivers can get this run lap going in and they can get stuff figured out, because right now, the way we're playing this out, we're driving here, this is not what I would have expected here from the Pushing Limits guys and gals tonight. But nevertheless, here the Lamborghinis in all their glory, trying to push their way through the field, trying to get things settled down. And for those at home that want to catch along here, also if you see that little track map there, STK Gaming actually has that little map you could use in the actual races. So you got to believe some of these drivers, when they're on those long road courses like Long Beach and all that, they definitely get that track map out. Or some of them, actually, I've learned from actually the learning about this stuff, is actually what happens is actually there are drivers that what they do is they go and actually get a 3D make model or an actual map of the track, and they'll like mark out the areas and mark out where they're supposed to go, where they're supposed to be at certain points and certain corners, and make sure that they follow the map and follow the marker, almost kind of like a rally style racing. But the difference is they're running with the road racing cars, obviously, so it's a unique blend, a unique setup, and honestly, to my knowledge, I don't know of any other series that really does that kind of stuff other than rally racing and road racing for like Indy cars in them. Robert Dudley, here he's coming from Dudleyville. He's saying hello from Dudleyville. Robert Dudley, great to see you on board here, bud. Kenneth Crawford saying trap map looks great. Thanks, Kenneth. Appreciate the love there and feedback. We've had the track map for a while, to be honest with you. We just haven't really decided whether or not we want to put it up because of the fact it's kind of more of an annoyance than anything. And to those at home that know about NASCAR Heat 4 and 5 when we were running there, you would know that we weren't really a big fan of having that map there in any way. So, but because this is a road race, the map actually does make sense. And for you viewers at home, I think that's something you might want. So we'll leave it up for now and see if you guys like it or not for the rest of the time being. But I think the next race will definitely be a little bit more of a showcase for this here. Pace car is going to bring him down around here out of turn 7, then turn him into turn 8 and 9. That little stretch of road out of turn 7 sets him up for this elongated run around here, this elongated track style. Will the Sparko Machine 69 of Nick Kern be able to hold off the full throttle assault here of Key Checkmate Taylor? We're going to find out here in just a minute. You just know Checkmate is going to drive it in hard on the outside line, though, if he gets that chance here. So will he be able to get that chance right now as the green flag flies back on out? We're back underway. Break him, break him, break him, and Checkmate with a big run on the outside. But can he get it to stick? Yes, he can. Gets that one to stick pretty nicely there, going out of the turn one, down in turn 2, 3, and 4 here. Through the slippery slopes of the snake turn, they lean him down in position here on board with Nick Kern. He's got a brake just right to set up that corner there into the turn of the entry. Apex it around the bus stop. Nicely done, clean, clean, everybody clean through the turn. Sydney fighting back a little bit, having a little bit of troubles there. Keith starting to get a good run off that position as well. We only have 20 laps remaining here. Kyle Crawford saying, thinking the road trap map is more suited for the road courses. I agree there. Nick Kern a little bit onto the verb there of the Turtles as he leads him in. Chantel getting a good turn off that as well, but falling back a little bit behind as now Robert the Rattlesnake on, showing his road racing precision and skill here. Oh, and a big lick and a half there from Matthew Hoffer, and sends that ball flying out. Kern is well spun out. Caution is out. Well, that was a little bit frustrating. Hoffer didn't even look like the brakes went in there. Well, talk about driving that thing through the ground up. Take a look at the replay here and find out what the heck happened. I see Billy Bob Jr. just kind of looking down there, and next thing you know, he's seeing this madness right in front of him. Chantel didn't even realize where Hoffer was at till literally was right in front of her. Next thing you know, everything else just went to complete utter chaos here. We'll take another look at it from another angle here. Well, you can just see how quick Robert Kahn was on the brakes. Hoffer, I'll be honest, I don't even think he realized he was going on the brakes until literally it happened. But I will say this, you can't just drive it in like that and think it will stick that well. That was honestly a bad call on Hoffer, in my opinion. Stanley Chadwick saying brakes, who needs them? Well, the way you spelled brakes out there, I would say a lot of people don't want them. He spelled it with B-R-E-A-K-S. You can get my reference there, folks. Well, damage up on these cars is, put it nicely, a little bit hard. A little bit destroyed up, if you will. Well, let's see if they're able to get things figured out in, because right now they're running out of laps, and I think they're running out of time here. Let's really get something figured out here. So as they pace him back in around, we'll see if Checkmate can hold off the power of Robert Concon. Seems like he's getting a better idea of how to run this track and starting to figure out some things here. And I feel like that may play into his favor here. But it's hard to imagine what it will be like when all is said and done at the end of this one. So you may have noticed that now the pace lights on the pace car have come off on the track, so it means one thing, we're getting ready to get back to the green flag racing here. They've only got about a half hour left before they have to call this one quits because we have another race coming up after these guys, of course. So you stay tuned in for that here. The Fast and Fun IROC series are coming up here at the same track, the Watkins Glen track, in just a little bit. They'll have 16 left to go here on the restart here, and Lee Putter Paul running in now saying, like the road, Matt, gives you a pick of the road and how they handle the curves. Yeah, that's kind of the reason why we brought it out here tonight for you guys and gals, because I know a lot of folks at home actually messaged me up and were like, hey, how come, we don't see anything about road maps and stuff. And what we kind of thought about, we're like, well, why not? Let's go ahead and give you a road map. So I actually learned something as well here just a minute ago. So if you look carefully at those red dots, I said earlier that those were where Hoffert and Kahn got into it earlier. I am actually very wrong about that. What that is supposed to represent, I believe, is the braking line, the center point to brake in to set up for the turn. I believe is what I was given information on. So when you see that big red dot, that means where you need to get off the gas and you need to start lining up for the run. I'm not sure if that's fully true or not. I'm only going off resources I just heard a minute ago. But Billy Bob Jr. runs the lines in, gets the light cars back into play. We're getting ready to go racing. Now can they get this cleared up a little bit? Checkmate, a little bit of a blink there in the back, having some problems there. The internet looks like not good on his end. He's going to have to be careful about that. Outside, looking, or to the right, I should say, Robert Kahn moves in. To the left of him, the closer, Cindy Taylor, trying to hang in there. Chantel, clean, fresh up from the instant repair earlier. Bit of a drag race down that long stretch of road, past turn 4, now to 5 and 6. Here they go. Chantel and Kahn right on the nose, on the mark. Kahn with the advantage early down the road, down the strips. Key checkmate Taylor and Nick Kern battling it out hard as well. Kern trying to make a maneuver there around turn 7 to checkmate, but checkmate managed to outrun him. You can see the driver starting to dissipate out a little bit, kind of spreading apart as we go around the corners more, as you see him into turn 8, now to the final turn, turn 9. So at least we got more laps in green flag wise than we did at Canadian Tire. That's already a huge plus in my opinion. Back around once more here in the back of the pack. Robert Kahn still having some internet troubles, unfortunately. Flagging him all throughout this night and flagging him out throughout this day. And I think he might have just got the ultimate of problems here because he just completely lost the internet. I don't think he's coming back either. Oh, there he is now, back up. Looks like he's got it back up in the nick of time, but he's got to be careful about that. Checkmate's going to have a little bit of company there on the right side of his corner panel, but nope, Kern not able to make the move into the bus stop the way he wants it to. Kern trying to put a little bit more muscle into the car and trying to get a little more push in there. Key checkmate Taylor trying to line him down, set up the turn. This is where you get into problem territory as you overdrive it. Checkmate overdid it. Can he save it? Yes, he can this time around. Good save there by the old checkmate, but now he's going to lose one position out because of that here, and that will still amaze me if Kern can make to hold this one on. Lee Buster saying, come on, Chantel, use those steel tube boats. I didn't even realize she was wearing steel-toed boots. That's interesting. I think she might be the first sim racer I've ever heard using those kind of boots. I just generally use my socks and my feet with these V3s I've got down here, but that's beyond the point. Nick Kern now trying to get the Sparko machine up to Cindy the Colder Taylor. The Colder right now having a pretty good run to start off the night, but will she be able to hold on to it throughout this one? The two females, one from the Fanatec spot and then the other from the Oval Racing Series, trying to get a little bit of a jump or two in, trying to make some momentum, trying to change some heads and shake some tail. Matthew Hoffert, after that little issue he had earlier, slowing down, looks like he's just trying to give himself a little bit more breathing room, maybe saving the tires just a slight bit here. Interesting to see his strategy here and what he's got in mind here, but right now, currently, the closer staying ahead of a good chunk of the field here. We're on the onboard camera here with Cindy the Closer Taylor. This is actually the roll bar cam. got a little bit of company right beside her now. Here comes the Kern all of a sudden on the left side, making a big run for it. Pushes it in hard out of turn one. Gets a good jump. Managed to make the pass around Cindy. That will make her fall back into her position. Hoffer getting a little bit closer up to keep Checkmate Taylor. Checkmate and him firing at it once more. Checkmate trying to get up closer here. The trouble seems to just keep exasperating around here though, because currently Robert Rattlesnake on has the race lead here in a pretty good spot up in this one. 13 need to be completed and they need to be done in about 20 minutes, so they're going to have to hurry this one. Robert the Rattlesnake on still with the race lead. He is not holding back from anybody here tonight. Man, talk about heading it hard, running it quick. Oh, and big problems there at turn 9. Unfortunately, the closer in. Hofford involved in this one. More issues to be had. I don't caution yet, but we'll take a look at the PTMS replay before that caution comes out to find out what happened here. Caution is out now. So here's what happened here. Looks like Cindy drives in just a little too deep. Hofford's in the grass and gets in there. Oh, man. Those rear tires had no grip, and the front tires didn't have anything there, and unfortunately, Hofford once again, the Red Bull Multool 28, despite being the fastest qualifier here tonight, or one of, he unfortunately is not catching any breaks in these corners or these turns tonight. Tough break there for him. And he's usually pretty good about road course racing as well. I'm surprised that he's not getting the same kind of experience, same kind of feel here. Pace it around. See right here, you can see he's going into the grass to try to shoot for it, and then you could just see he just made that one slight little bobble, and that's all it took. Billy Bob Jr. getting the flag, running around here quickly, trying to get these drivers to know, hey, we're under caution, we're under caution. And they'll only have about 9 or 8 laps left to go when we get back to the run here. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here exactly, if they're able to pull away with some spots, or if they're able to get any runs going. But right now, the Lamborghinis are definitely not holding up the way I feel like they wanted to here tonight. The drivers will settle them back down, get things figured on in. Of course, we want to remind you here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, that tonight we have another race coming up. We have, of course, the Fast and Fun IROC boys coming out, looking to be a battle and a half at Watkins Glen here in the course track we're at right now, as they will run the prototype machines out here. Those prototype Daytonas, I believe is what they're called, RX machines. Obviously, you can tell I'm not a very wise man when it comes to the road course racing aspect of cars. I've always been more of the oval style. But, you know what, still, it's always a cool thing to have around here, and always kind of cool to see some new stuff. And these Lamborghinis definitely are no different. But right now, though, this field has currently been struggling and handling a lot of headaches here tonight, and it's going to be amazing to me if they're able to finish this out under a pretty consistent lap or timing here. So we'll see if that holds up and holds out okay here. But Robert Kahn's still with issues, unfortunately. It just seems like he's not getting away from it. The internet is just continuously attacking him on his end, and I think he knows what he's got to do. He's going to go into pit road here. Kern's going to stay out, so it's Checkmate. Chantel and them all will also go in, so see what happens here as they start to get things figured in a little bit more, and hopefully get back to some green flag racing here. Here we go, one more time around, 8 laps to go here. And I don't know how my mic got muted, but apparently it did around here, so just gotta go back and trace our steps and get things through here right now as the green flag flies back out. Checkmate going at it hard there, out of turn 1. Nick Kern gonna lead him into turn 2 here and give a strong run off of that one. Coming back in once more time, starting to evade the drivers, and they know it's running out quickly here. Khan trying to get a good jump up to his fellow friend and teammate Kern. Not his teammate, I should say, but fellow friend Nick Kern. Checkmate leading in the left side, trying to steer in. Kern has to back off a little bit, let him set up the corner. Checkmate managing to make a good run off that, but that opens the door up for Khan to make a pass here. The Exodus 21 getting up closer to the front, trying to make a move early. Time is running out, evading these drivers here as they are starting to get closer to the end. Checkmate right now still hard on the throttle, hard on the momentum, trying to push this one up into victory lane here tonight. He hasn't won a road course yet this season. He would like to do that here. They lead them all side by side, drag race down the back on that front straightaway here. Kern got the corner panel of Taylor. Taylor gonna try to hold him off there, but Kern has the run, gets the spot in. That right there is how you make a pass. Aaron Watkins, nicely done there. Nick Kern with the race lead with only 7 to go. The rattlesnake gonna try to pull a little bit of a sneaky pass or two once in a while. You know he's gonna try to push it hard as he can. Giving her all she's got, waiting for the corner entry. Now it is Checkmate's turn to try to make the pass. Khan's gonna try to make the pass around him as well. Oh, they can tell a little bit there in the corner. And now Chantel, the throttle bottle on the right side there of Khan, making a big move for a run or two. Khan trying to hold his line, keep it steady, pace there. He does so indeed. So the fan second number 5, not quite able to make the pass just yet for third. As they start to move through the field, start to move in closer as they go. Right around out of turn 8, turn 9 now. Checkmate Taylor only needs to start making laps and make some passes quickly here because Kern is starting to run away from him quicker than he knows it. The throttle going to try to sneak her way onto the right side. Cindy closing in but doesn't quite get a push off that. A lot more consistent here, a lot more consistency. They just need to stay focused, not let things get over ramped up too quickly here. Laps are coming away, and they know they're running out of time here. Another onboard camera here, and you can see right here just what this track looks like from that perspective. Pretty crazy to say the least here, what it looks like in those cars compared to what I'm used to running or what I think you guys are used to seeing out here. Lead saying, come on, Chantel, give it all you got. Trying to root the gal up to the front, up to the spot. 5 laps will remain when they get to the green flag checkered area here. It's starting to get pretty close here, to say the least, of what's going to happen next up on this run. Chantel trying to pull a little bit more momentum, trying to give a good sense of mobility here. Robert the Rattlesnake on, hanging in there with it. Sydney looking to the right side, I should say there. Chantel gonna have to smarten the corner off. She does. Gets a good run off it. Cindy able to defend. Five laps to go, and right now, currently, the way we're looking at our lap times here, this is the difference maker here for Kern. He's been making some strong runs there. You saw that 8 tenths of a gap there actually clicked in. Well, in road course racing, that doesn't mean nothing. You usually get seconds on these guys. So right now, Taylor is just one step away, one bobble away from Kern to taking it away from him here. And if anything, I got to believe Kern is just staying red hot focused right now to try to keep this one in a good lineup of position. He wants that first win of his career here on PT Racing TV. Khan obviously hasn't been to victory lane in a while too. In his mind, he wants to change that here tonight. Problems for the closer yet again. Cindy out of turn 8. Just seems to be her kryptonite tonight. Goes off, but manages to recover nicely there. 4 to go for Mr. Kern. And the lap times, well, that shows you all you need to know. Taylor was not able to get anything on him. I think Nick is starting to figure this out here. I think he's starting to get a little more comfortable. You hear how high they rev those things up before they even get settled into the turn, and then how many times they gotta drift down, shifting down around those corners, especially that bus stop. To me, is probably the most treacherous part of this track because there's so many areas to make moves on and make passes inward with. But it's also extremely difficult to make sure that you make smart moves and smart decisions later on. To the left side, Keith Checkmate Taylor has problems here because to the right of him is the Rattlesnake. Robert Kahn trying to make the pass, wasn't quite able to set him up. Thankfully, though, neither driver getting into a tough situation or a tricky problem there. Kahn is starting to pull closer and closer up now, looking for the run down the front straightaway. 3 to go. Kahn now to the right side, sneaks his way in, but Taylor just barely pushes it, but not enough to hold him off. Checkmate goes into the grassy plains yet again of turn 1, and unfortunately lost all his run there. Kahn managed to make the move up to the spot. He's just got one driver left to take on here, and that's Nick Kern. But if you look right here, how about this right there? Look at that purple right there for Nick Kern. That was the fastest lap he's laid down all night long. A blistering 1:11.64. And also, if you want to talk about times-wise, that is actually the fastest here tonight so far. Oh, but one more caution comes out. We got problems down there. Chantel Kahn involved in this one. I thought we were going to get this one finished out and done and over with, but no, they've got to call the caution. Now they called it for a reason. Let's find out what that reason is here. Let's take a look at the PTM instant replay here and take a look and see what happened exactly to the Rattlesnake. That sparkle the situation. Also, for you fans that are on Twitter right now, we actually have this little new thing we're trying now called the live feedback system. We're basically just kind of reporting the race live in the spot. So let us know what you think here. We're going to try it out for a little while. Colin, unfortunately, just out of the bus stop at turn 5 and 6, lost it. Chantel lost it as well there. Although I am curious to know what happened to Chantel there, because they will have 3 green-white checkers, but considering the time they have left, they don't exactly have enough time to get that done. So let's find out what happened here to Chantel here. Let's go on the onboard camera here just to give you guys a better perspective. Everything seems fine there. Did she overdrive it? Yep, she overdrove it right there. Just off by a slight bit, and unfortunately had nowhere to go and ended up hurting the car more than anything. That's a tough break there for her, unfortunately, and Robert Kahn. And Kahn, I know, has got to be fuming right now, knowing that his chances have pretty much all but gone up in smoke unless he can get a big break from these guys. Kern has the spot up here, has a chance of a lifetime to take this one home. So as we start to settle this one in, start to get things figured a little bit, I gotta wonder at home, you know, what is going through the mind of that young man, Kern. Nick Kern still, without a win here on the show. Come so close, 2 or 3 occasions. Is this his tonight? Has he finally exercised his demons? Has he finally exercised his momentum and power to get to this moment, to get to this opportunity, the one chance that he feels like he really earned something, he really worked for it? I can tell you as a driver and as as someone who's been in the iRacing series for about a year now, it is something unlike any other when you can win out here. It really does feel like you have worked for something, you have earned it, and it makes you feel like you're on top of the world at times. Even if it's just for a brief second or a brief couple minutes, it really does make you feel like you've done something in life that a lot of folks can't say they can do. Obviously, most of my wins coming from dirt, but I've got quite a few asphalt victories of my own, and I'm still looking for my first road course victory, but I will tell you one driver that's looking for their first road course victory and victory overall in the League Series, and that is that man right there, the Sparko 69 of Nick Kern. Kern has been at this game for a long time. He is ready in his mind to finalize and finish. We are going to the green, white, checker, 3 chances, attempts, opportunities here. As noted on our Twitter show right now, currently our Twitter feed being helped produced in, as well as let you guys know like what's going on down there from the live feed and the racing here. Again, please do go check that out if you can. It's at Lead PTM. You should have checked that out. And also, if you find us on Twitter, you can just type in PTM Racing TV. You'll find us really easily. Let us know what you guys think and give us your honest opinions and thoughts. We're always trying to find new ways to incorporate into the show, into the world of racing, and try to give you guys something a little bit different, something a little more creative. The pace lights are off on that on that pace car right now, the iRacing Peace car. I believe that is Nissan, or someone told me what it was. I can't for the life of me remember what the car was. They will be Nick Kern, he checkmates Taylor, and then Matthew Hofford, your top 3. In their single file road here, in my opinion, this is going to be the telling of the tale. This restart will signify the last remaining efforts and last chances they have. Can Kern get the Sparko machine ahead enough of Checkmate to get himself into victory lane finally? Checkmate has got wins on his career and his season so far. This year has just been a dominating year for him and her brother and her sister Cindy, who she has just been an absolute terror on the oval tracks as of late. Been putting up some serious numbers and some serious runs. It's impressive to me how well she's been able to do that and get it down as well as she has. Will we see something very similar to that now here on the show? We will find out as they start to bring it around town, back up. It will be Nick Kern leading him off. Time is running out though. As soon as they get done with this one, we've got to leave and get ready to head over to the IROC series, because the IROC is coming in right after this one. And I know right now currently we're at Watkins Glen, but it is a different server. We have to jump in if I'm being real for 1 minute here. If they don't get this in, man, it's game over. We're just going to have to call it good. Here we go. They will lace them up, lace the boots, strap them down a little tighter, get the belts good. Make sure the belts are nice, spick and span. Make sure they fit to your length. Drivers, you have one opportunity to get this down here. What do you decide? What is your destiny? Do you choose? Hoffert, Taylor, and Kern are the ones to watch out for on this restart. The green flies back on out. We're back underway with the last remaining bets of this race. Heading into the turn there, Nick Kern falls back a little bit. Taylor snipes his way in, dives it in deep, gets a run off that. Kern gonna try to get him on the left side. That's kind of a no man's land except for that turn 4 situation. Oh, what a run there by Kern. Gets a good pass in there. Taylor a little bit loose off that loosey-goosey, manages to bring it back, but it's all but too late. He spins it, he crashes. And Cindy falls right behind him there, unfortunately. Cindy and Keith unfortunately crashing hard. Hoffert and Kern trying to survive, trying to finish this one out. Kahn has crashed as well. We're down to only 3. Chantel, Hoffert, and Kern trying to finish this one out to the end. We have 2 to go. This time by, it'll be 1 to go with the white flag flying. Hoffert trying to derail the momentum of Nick Kern. Nick Kern trying to possibly, for the first time in his career, win it here on PTM Race TV. Can he get it done? He's got 1 more lap, 9 turns. He must complete. The white flag is coming out. Billy Bob Jr. getting that white flag going quickly here. He knows what these drivers want to see, and they know what they have to do to finish it. Hoffer to the right. Kern defends. Good defensive block there. Chantel outside, brings back in. Hoffer trying to get up there quickly here. This is where that full throttle assault comes into play. Hoffer trying to hurry, trying to get up there quickly. He knows Kern's going to be tough in that final corners here. He's got to get it down here. Looking to the right, looking to corner off on the bus stop. Kern gets a good set of turns there. Nick right there with it. Hoffert trying to get back in it. Time is running out. These 3 drivers are the last remaining on the track. Chantel, Hoffert, and Kern. There is just 2 more turns left for Mr. Kern to finish out. Can he do it? Coming to the line here, he'll start to close the gap in just a little bit more as they bring it out of turn 8. 1 more, Chantel loses it there. Hoffer just needs to try to get something going. It's not enough time. Nick Kern, for the first time in his career, can call himself champion as he wins in the Lambos. Wow, what a race there, and what a finish, to say the least. Well, you talked about it earlier. You talked about all the moments and the nights that you want to work for and fight for all your life. Well, Nick Kern finally gets it done and gets it going. He is your winner at Watkins Glen. And that's going to pretty much wrap it up here tonight for the Pushing Limits Race. We have got to get out of here and get going quickly because IROC is coming up next. But, folks, we appreciate those that have tuned in and stayed with us here at Pushing Limits. We will see you guys later on here in just a few short minutes. But for now, if you are leaving for the night, be safe. God bless. Take care. Good night. For those that are staying, stay tuned. Coming up next, IROC in the Fast and Fun series.